Hi everybody, this is just Martin91, and I'm here to talk to you guys about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This is the 28th MCU movie, and it's directed by Sam Raimi. Bit of a story how that even happened, um, but that I may get into in a little bit later. That being said, this is his first Marvel entry in a long while since Spider-Man 3. I don't think anyone really thought that he would come back to the superhero genre, but we're all very happy to have him back. He did an amazing job on this. It's truly iconic. Personally speaking, honestly, I find that his work with Evil Dead resonates even better on this project as opposed to the Spider-Man movies. Um, that flair that he has with horror really helped guide this project, this one here, into what it was supposed to be, I guess. It is an emotional journey for Wanda and Doctor Strange and America Chavez. It wraps, well, I won't say it wraps up. It's a WandaVision leads up to this film quite a bit. And I feel like that is a pivotal element here. Doctor Strange essentially is recovering from the events of Endgame, and he and Wanda both are on a journey here, and of course they conflict along the path. The trailer kind of shows all this, and they go into this multiversal arena of craziness. It is absolutely comic book action, light show, visual candy. It is astounding. And Sam Raimi outdid himself tenfold. I was astounded by what I was seeing. That being said, this movie, you have to temper your expectations when you go in. You're going to have fun with it. You're going to enjoy it. And you're going to see some characters that you absolutely love here, that you've grown to love throughout the franchise. When it comes to cameos, when it comes to those rumors that people have been saying or all that stuff, don't let any of that psych you up too much. Not saying nothing happens, something happens, but it's not what this movie is about. And it's definitely not what you should approach this movie with when it comes to critiquing it. It's not what holds the elements. It's not what delivers the best and brightest of it. Sure, the short and sweet moments, that's what the cameos are. They are glamorous. They are inspiring to look ahead. I feel like whatever cameos they had, which were very limited, I'm going to foreshadow that for you right now. They, I hope, set up seeds that have the future of the MCU in mind. I read a report that basically said that any cameos and any elements that were included were very MCU centric. So I found that, were they characters that were featured before, or were they characters that we haven't seen yet? If this is going to be pivotal for the future of the MCU, this is going to be cool. That being said, it comes and goes. Don't go in just for that. Don't go in just for that, because you will be disappointed. Go in because you're expecting an adventure-filled disaster movie. Emotional disaster movie, honestly. There's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of tragedy. There's a lot of emotional trauma. And this movie tackles a lot of elements there, with a lot of visuals and a lot of eye candy and a lot of horrific flair. You know, all the niceness. It's absolutely one of those movies that cemented itself, to me personally, in one of the top tier MCU films. Because frankly, to me, it's not just another one of those films. It dared to be a little bit different. It dared to surprise, and it dared to defy. It was such a mystery when it was getting made. It was going through development hell, and you can feel that in the movie a little bit. The pacing, the writing stuff got affected. And I feel, regardless of that, it still came out pretty strong. It didn't get 10 out of 10 marks for me for certain reasons. I mean, the pacing, the writing, obviously. I mean, I felt like they could have put a little bit more effort into it. And I felt like the movie could have been a little bit longer when it came to certain aspects. I felt like, not that it was underdeveloped, but I felt like some elements were pretty much rushed. And you can feel that there's a lot of things on the cutting room floor that could have been dusted off, could have been given a little more context to certain arenas. At the end of the day, watch it, enjoy it, have fun with it. And honestly, these characters, Wanda and Strange, portrayed by Benedict Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen, they have come so far, and yet they don't cease to surprise. They still deliver, and there's so much more ahead. And I'm so hopeful for this chapter to open something so much bigger ahead. Because this is just the beginning of the multiverse. This is phase 4. And this is what's kicking it off in a miraculous fashion. Have a good one, guys, and enjoy the movies.